The Linden Public School District has been designated as one of the best communities for music education in the United States. Even though it's given to the school district, the word community is right there in the title, so this is really an award for the entire town. We can't do this without the support of Mayor Armstead, the Board of Education, Superintendent Perkins, all the staff within the school district, and most importantly, our students.
As Mr. Lorenzetti noted, this recognition extends far beyond our classrooms. It honors our education stakeholders, our Board of Education, administrators, parents, students, and community members who collectively value fine arts as an essential component of a well-rounded education.
Mr. Lorenzetti saw this years ago, and we're a 10-plus year run, and I'm glad he did nominate us for this award and honored to be a part of the department to receive it. I feel a sense of honor just because growing up here in Linden, I feel like I've helped grow the program as a performer, and now as a teacher, I get to see it from the other side, seeing how my students thrive.
I spent 22 years here working in fine and performing arts, both with concert band and musical theater, primarily at Seoul Middle School. To be included in this is great, and I feel that this is just such a great thing for the community, for the district, for the fine and performing arts department, everything. It really it adds up, and it means a whole lot to everyone, including myself.
What does it mean to me and all the recognition and awards that I've won? It's home. It's home because I sat in those same seats. I played some of the same music. I played some of the same instruments that we still have today. And that recognition and those awards, whether we won them when I was in high school or when we're winning them now as the band director, the Linden Fine and Performing Arts Department is home to me.
One of our strengths is our Fine and Performing Arts Department. Our teachers are all very passionate about the arts and love sharing their passion with the students, hoping to build the love of the arts within them. We are also very fortunate to have a great community to work with. Our students enjoy performing at events all around the city throughout the year, and just the feedback they get from that. And our greatest strength is our students. Without them, none of what we do is possible. Most people get to see the concerts and the shows at the end of the year. I'm fortunate enough to be able to go into the classrooms and watch them from the beginning as they're working really hard with their teachers and preparing for those big events. One of the perks that I actually have is having been supervisor for so long is there's students that I've watched from third grade grow all through elementary and middle, and watched them graduate and perform and grow as musicians and people along the journey. It's pretty special.
It gives me great pride as a mayor to have this recognition. My hat goes off to our Board of Education, our superintendent, our faculty, and our staff, particularly those who teach the arts, for being able to accomplish this. One of the things that we do here in Linden is we make sure that every student is afforded the opportunity to either play an instrument, be in one of our choirs, or even perform in our various plays that we have in town. And this is a great thing for our town.
I'm passionate about giving music skills to my students because they were given to me. It's something that helped me come out of my shell. I think that any kind of performance, whether it's theatrical or musical, helps you open up in a different way. It helps you engage. When I was in high school, I was shy People don't believe it, but I was shy, I was quiet, and I kept to myself. Singing in choir gave me friends that I probably never would have met outside of that group. And it also gave me a chance to do something and find something that I was good at that wasn't just in a book, that wasn't just academic. It was something else that was artistic and let me express myself. I think it's important for everybody to be able to express themselves through creating music, whether it's as a singer or as a songwriter, as a musician of any kind. That helps all of our students to grow in a very meaningful way.
So key ingredients that I picked up in music education from being here, being in Linden, that's a good question. One, be real. Two, know what the students are into and how you can portray certain aspects of music that you're doing in your class to relate to them. One of the things that I learned when I was in music education classes in college is they teach you the perfect all-world, state-of-the-art music, instrumental music classes. And this day and age and these kids, like the ability to adapt and innovate new things or their culture into what they're doing, what you're doing in music education is a huge factor. So you're constantly growing as an educator and also as a person. It's a lifelong kind of thing. So the key ingredients is just be real, be who you are, and don't try to be someone that you're not.
The way we approach our elementary students with music education is making sure that we meet all of our students where they are. Music should be an inclusive and fun experience that is offered to all of our elementary students. It is also important to realize that music education is not a privilege for our kids. It is their right to have access to a strong music program. We value making music lessons equally as important as their core subjects.
My colleagues in the department help translate the success in receiving this recognition through our high level of care for our students. We care about our students succeeding in anything they do. If it's math, science, they go to become a doctor, great. If it's music, even better. But we want them to succeed in anything.
This is a collective award that the district has achieved, and I think the number one reason that we have been able to do that over this time is everyone collaboratively working together with the same vision, the same goals, just looking to achieve the most we could out of our students. Open lines of communication with each other, constantly bouncing ideas off of each other, whether it was music or larger events like when we've done All City or our concerts, different tools and tricks that we could share with each other to really have the students excel. I think that's what's really helped us be successful as a department over all these years.
Over the years, we've had quite a few students who have gone through our program who have gone on to have successful performing careers. We have students who have been on Broadway. We have students who are touring the country as country music singers. We have other students who are actors in television and commercials. That's all great, and I'm super proud of them and love watching what they do and how they've blossomed and their careers have grown. But one of the things I'm actually really proud of is the number of music teachers that we've created from within the district. We have so many teachers who have been through our program, who are teaching around the state at different schools, teaching music and art. Actually, within our district alone, 9 of the music and art teachers are products of our school system.
Now heading into my 18th year here in Linden, I have plenty of stories I can tell, and we can probably sit here all day listening to stories, but I have 2 in particular I would like to spotlight. One from my choral department where I had the honor to teach an English language learning student, and seeing him go from speaking very little English to singing all of these songs in English and different languages and thriving as a musician as well as learning the language that he was struggling with helped give me a sense of peace knowing that I was doing something more than just music. And the other story I would like to highlight, my current vice principal at Seoul Middle School, Angelo Monaco, he came into my classroom, my keyboarding classroom, as a freshman, knew nothing about music, and by the end of the year, he was in the New Jersey NJPAC Stars program because he was just such a hard worker at learning how to play the piano. He just devoured everything that I gave him, and he went on to play in the orchestra for many years after that. So those are two stories that stand out to me for the music department, and I just wanted to highlight those two things.
One unique story that I will never forget is recently when I brought a singing bowl to school. I had no intentions on using the singing bowl in my classes. I actually just had it in my bag for a yoga class that I was going to be teaching later that afternoon. But I had a few of my band students see it, and they started asking questions about it. Before I knew it, they all wanted to play it and all have the opportunity to feel the vibrations in their hand as they were playing the bowl, and they all wanted to play the bowl themselves. It was really an awesome moment where my two worlds of teaching yoga and teaching music came together. So now every week since then, they have asked to play my singing bowl, and I brought it to school every week since then, and that's been really fun.
One of the things that bonds us most as a district is that we have a great sense of community, both within our schools and within the entire city of Linden. That there are so many things we do together, from performing at the tree lighting with the madrigals to the Chamber of Commerce luncheon that they celebrate the scholarship award recipients. We also do the Community Impact Festival that starts off our year in September, and Black History Month programs. This year we were part of two separate programs, one for Linden Public Schools and also one for the city of Linden. I think it gives the kids an opportunity to perform more and for different audiences, that you can perform in school all the time and your friends see you perform and your family sees you perform. When you go perform for something like the tree lighting, it's everybody, and you kind of become like a minor celebrity, that people actually recognize you when you go to Target and ask them like, oh, you sang at the tree lighting. And you're like, yes, I did. Awkward high school stare.
During my time as a music educator in Linden Public Schools, one of the things I always tried to prioritize was giving my students the best experience over their time with me. To get that feeling of coming off the stage and hearing, a crowd scream, and families and guardians and friends and family all yelling for them, feeling good, and then realizing that's what all the hard work was about. It's not only a work ethic that I would try and instill in them, but to feel good about performance. And for so many of these students, that's what they needed in their life.
Over the years, we've had two pretty significant changes within our department. One was a few years back when we adjusted the middle school schedules so students were able to take band, orchestra, and choir as classes and not get pulled out of other classes. This made students more comfortable because they were not feeling the stress and pressure of being removed from other classes, and gave them more time to hone their skills as musicians. Because of this, our numbers in the middle schools have skyrocketed, and we have phenomenal programs going on at that level. The other thing is the addition of technology. As with everyone else, we're always dealing with trying to catch up and keep up with technology. We've added intro to music technology courses over the years, the middle school and high school level, and incorporated technology at the elementary school level, where teachers using software and apps to help little kids learn how to read notes and play instruments and just the history of music.
We value the arts here in Linden because it gives us an opportunity, it gives our children an opportunity, not just to focus 100% on academia, but it gives them an opportunity to become more well-rounded and to have a pleasant experience as they go through the school system.
So the advantage of me originally growing up in Linden is that I know the lay of the land. I know the people that live here. I know what kind of hard work is needed and blue collar and all that jazz that goes in. And being from Linden helps me know the students because I sat in the same desk that they're sitting in now. Maybe not the same exact desk, you know, that many years ago, but the school culture, the outside family culture, the city culture, I was born into it. So what I was able to grow from and gain from this community, now I'm giving back.
No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drown yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where you're.
As mentioned before, I grew up here in Linden, and I like to take this time to mention some of the former educators that I had the experience of working with, Paul Kozlowski, Stephen Krantz, Jerry Lorenzetti, and Matthew Lorenzetti. They all each had a huge impact in my life and me becoming a music teacher and being the person I am today. And I just take pride in passing down a part of their legacy as I teach the future.
At the blank page before you, open up the dirty window. Let the sun illuminate the room that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibition.
This recognition shows how our department grows all the time from every level, from the youngest kids through high school, that it's a growing pattern that we all do together. That when they're in elementary school, the kids learn the basis, they learn the foundation of everything. And with that foundation, they can grow through middle school, they can grow through high school, and that's when I get the kids who come to me and they're ready to not only do music in high school, but some of them actually pursue careers in the arts. Some of them pursue careers as singers, some of them pursue careers as songwriters and musicians on their own. The recognition shows that what we do matters and that what we do is valued by not just the people within our department, but by the community as a whole.
Linden Public Schools will continue to support a department that empowers our students to explore new dimensions of their potential and truly roar.
This recognition for Linden comes during a time where our department is continuing to thrive. Like just about everything, the pandemic really rattled music programs across the nation. When we came back to school, we were quite limited in what we were able to offer due to safety precautions, and families also had their own precautions when signing their kids up to play instruments. This was challenging initially, but now, 3.5 years later, our program is really thriving. I am at 2 elementary schools. I teach at schools 4 and 10, and between my 2 schools, I have almost 155 students. That is a record number for me personally in my 8.5 years in Linden, and a growth that I am really proud of. I am also the assistant marching band director along with Mr. Spano at the high school. After a really successful recruitment event we held last April, our marching band numbers are continuing to increase. We have also started to invite middle school students to our events so they have an idea of what is available to them when they become 8th graders. The collaboration has been a pivotal change for our performing arts program, and we are super excited to see the continued growth.
What motivates me as a music educator is seeing my students succeed, whether it's here in school with me, at home, in the future, and whatever they do. I just want them to succeed and be the best they can be. And when they come back and tell me that and show me that, that's what drives me. Music education helps translate in our students' lives as they grow, is they get to be big team players, they learn responsibility, they learn teamwork, but most of all, they learn how to break out of their shells and be themselves.
Music education is fundamental to student development. It extends into professional fields like music therapy and serves as a universal language that fosters creativity and improves academic performances across disciplines. These represent just a fraction of music's positive impact. This is why we deeply value our music and fine arts department.